Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be the first in a series of 4 videos about digital transformation. I'm going to cover what digital transformation is and why organizations do it in this video. In the next videos, I'm going to cover why do organizations fail in their digital transformation, how you can be successful in your digital transformation, and then we're going to look ahead and talk about the trends and the things that you should be looking at as you prepare for your own digital transformation initiative and how you can be successful. My name is Pablo Alejo, and I'm your co-pilot. Digital transformation is when an organization uses digital technologies to improve the business. And they would typically do that around 4 spaces. First is going to be to improve the performance of an organization. The second is going to be to reduce the cost of what it takes to produce products and services of that organization. The third one being to improve the employee experience, so the backstage, or the front stage being the customer experience to improve the revenue of the business. And then finally, organizations will use digital transformation to create innovation and create differentiation in the marketplace. All of those things to drive increased revenue for the business. And that is what digital transformation is. Now, why do organizations transform? It's actually very simple. And to me, it boils down to one quote by Matthew Bishop, and he says, "The pace of change will never again be as slow as it is today." And that is a very accurate statement. We are in a world of constant change, and change happens whether we can see it or not. When COVID happened, no one predicted that that was going to happen. We were existing in a world where we just assumed Moore's law of technology, doubling every few years and expecting that to be the pace of change. When in reality, we're having to shift things based on cultural shifts that impact every organization around. And it's because of that that the term digital transformation, to me, falls short. To me, digital transformation is when an organization orients around their customers and their workforce. And by doing so, that allows them to think more holistically about the ecosystem that is needed to provide the right outcomes for the business. By doing so, you look at people, processes, and technologies. It's generally what a lot of organizations think about when they're trying to implement digital transformation, yet for some reason, it's generally small people, small processes, really big tech. And a lot of that is because of the cost that's associated with implementing technology is much larger. Therefore, we think because I'm spending so much money on it, it requires the most priority, when in reality, that could not be further from the truth. Technology is and will always be a tool. It is like a hammer, a really expensive hammer, but it's just like a hammer. And like a hammer, you can build homes or you can destroy homes. And that is exactly the power of technology, is that a lot of organizations will acquire technology and they will bring technology in and they will spend a tremendous amount of investment making that technology work within their organization, and it will never actually reach the potential that it could have. Let me give you a very simple example of digital transformation and the power of digital transformation. When you can connect big data to customer behavior, you are able to influence and predict what can happen and drive behavior of your customers. At Fjord, they use the coffee shop as an example, and if you and you distill that down to a simple concept of, I own a business, you come and get coffee 2 times a week. If I can increase that by 1 more time a week, that impacts my overall revenue by a pretty substantial amount. But how can I use information to do that? And the best way is to understand what I like in my buying behaviors and incentivize me in certain ways through text notifications, or give me an app where I can build points and create loyalty programs. The other thing would be to understand, what are my preferences? So for example, my birthday, the things that I like to drink, times of day that I like to typically come by, and create ways for me to be notified about deals or something like that. Or maybe, on my birthday, I get a free coffee, or I get a free, you know, um, you know, bagel with my coffee. Some way to incentivize me to continue to come back and build loyalty. And that is what big data will allow you to do. That is on a very small scale. But what if you are a large healthcare organization and let's say you provide services direct to patient? Well, how can you use that same in that same methodology to have a great impact on your patients? It's actually the same way, by helping them have a better experience when they are interacting with you. So as an example, everyone knows that you should get a physical once a year. Well, what if you helped patients know when it is time for them to have their physical, and maybe give them options to one click schedule an appointment, remove the barriers from their ability to say no by making it easier for them to schedule, or give them benefits of scheduling. So let's say you schedule your annual checkup, give them a 10% discount at a local gym. Find ways to incentivize them through the things they already do to provide value to their life, which then they will then provide value to your organization. And it is through thinking in those ways that organizations can create innovation and differentiate from other organizations. Organizations that orient around their customer and their workforce will always outperform their competitors. And when you are able to take that mentality and approach and then apply really great digital capabilities that connect data to human behavior to shape experiences, that will enable an organization to create new innovations and differentiate themselves against their competitors in ways that will drive their business forward into the future. Organizations that are able to shift their organizational culture to adapt new ways of thinking and new capabilities will become more resilient as change continues to come. We cannot predict what happens in the future, but what we can do is make our organization ready so that when change happens, that we are able to quickly adapt and continue to perform well. In the next video, I'm going to cover why do digital transformations fail. The statistic is that 87% of all organizations that have a digital transformation initiative do not fully reach the desired outcome that they were expecting. But why is that? Well, I'm going to dig in deep and kind of cover what that is, why that happens, and talk about maybe the questions you should be asking yourself in your own digital transformation initiative. Thank you again. My name is Pablo Alejo, and I'm your co-pilot. Take care.